Oh, hi! Chris Antista here, and if you can't tell by my face-hugging friend, we are at the Aliens Colonial Marines event. We are going to take you on an inside look of the single-player and the multiplayer and hear some choice words from the Gearbox team, including Randy Pitchford, about how the game ties into the Alien legacy. So, come on. I wanted to see if you could catch everybody up on exactly how this ties into the film series that we know and love.
All right. Aliens Colonial Marines is the sequel to Aliens. I mean, canonically, it's a sequel to. It comes after Alien 3.
Sure.
But we are the true sequel to Aliens.
You are a Colonial Marine on board the Sephora, which is another Calistoga-class ship. Mm-hmm. The same ship as the Sulaco, which was the ship they went to the planet on in the original film. Mm-hmm. And this time, though, there's a whole battalion of Colonial Marines with you. So a massive force, and you're part of that massive force.
We are pretty important, I guess, within the whole grand scheme of things. We're in a lot of ways tying all three movies up into one.
Some poor grunt took a header into the glass.
We finally got hands-on with the multiplayer, and I love how you described it as asymmetrical multiplayer a la Left 4 Dead, where you are running away from something that's technically stronger than you, and you're always sort of outmaneuvered. And I had a great experience with it, just because no matter how many times the events occurred to me, I'm scared every time, much like the Hunter and the Smoker.
It's really interesting. You know, there's very few competitive games that are asymmetrical because it's difficult. Yeah. It's very difficult. This franchise begs for it. Yeah. I want to be a Xeno, which means I want to crawl on walls. I want to be able to get through tiny little ducts and corridors that humans can't get through. I want to be able to crawl on ceilings. And I also want to play as a Colonial Marine. Yeah. I want to use their equipment. I want to have a smart gun, a flamer, a pulse rifle. I want to use some of the new weapons that we're introducing in Colonial Marines. When we're even playing a competitive game, though, when I'm a Colonial Marine, I want to get the mood captured. Sure. We want to feel what it's like. I want to be like, fuck, and know that at any moment a freaking alien can jump on my shit and tear me apart, and that creates a tension and a suspense that we don't typically feel in competitive games. And what's interesting is on the alien side, when you play as a Xeno, you kind of feel that too. You feel like you feel like your job, your skill test, is to close the distance, is to get to him before he even knows you exist.
Xenos can come from any angle, and since they can climb on any wall, you never know really what's going to happen. And so you really want to have that motion tracker out, or at least you want to have someone in your squad with the motion tracker out. And if you're not careful, you can just walk into a room with Xenos just all over the walls.
I saw it at E3, but like something about the way light moved and like the damage the aliens have done and how everything looked with the lighting in this game, like it looked very, very, very good.
Thank you. Now, when we did that demo at E3, we had very little time with the new engine that we had created for this. And it's exclusive to this game. This technology, we call it deferred rendering, and you're going to hear this keyword a lot in the coming year and a year and a half as the next generation starts to emerge. And that's because this is the future. What it means is the scene is set up first, and the lighting's rendered last. So that means that everything can move, and the lights can move, and it all simulates naturally.
It makes everything really dynamic. Mm-hmm. That's something that, with normal baked lighting that you see in lots of other games, you really can't do. The E3 demo had a great example of that when the lights are cut, and so everything goes to red. So the entire environment changes, and it's completely dynamic. That you can have those situations where the lights can go out, legitimately go out and have a completely different atmosphere and a completely different visual aesthetic to it, which is, for gameplay, actually really important, because Xenos really like the dark.
Yes.
And the gameplay changes entirely.
Yes, you could see that first room we walked in on the demo, like the ceiling is all torn to shreds, and like if there's a fluorescent left anywhere, it's hanging by a loose thread that the alien has left, so it's just swinging light, illuminating very small portions of the environment at a time. Like, I really got the atmosphere of Aliens from this demo.
The shadows, like, they're a character element, right? Yeah. So if you see a moving shadow run around, you don't know what that is. Yeah. And so, with those lights that are moving, sometimes they'll cast shadows that are kind of eerie and you're not quite sure what it is. It could be a Xeno, it might not be a Xeno. But if it is, it's better to check.
All right, guys, that's it. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty excited as an Aliens fan, as you can see. We'll keep you posted on anything leading up to Aliens Colonial Marines' tentative fall release date on PC, PS3, and 360. We'll let you know if anything changes along the way.